Yep, she was about loony as a kid.
Oh, the one down the
Call meeting to order, 7 o'clock, say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is everybody signed in for us too? I got it, I think so.
Because we're sneaky.
We do a roll call, Ben Hunt, Dan Van Buren.
Here, I'm here.
Jeff Porkenny.
Here.
Guest speakers, we have 2 guest speakers here. I'll let Mrs. Hedges go first.
Me?
Yep.
Report on the Easter egg hunt. We have the Easter egg thing at the fort. We spent $238.63 on items for the egg hunt. And we have the receipts here. We filled 1,060 eggs, made 70 gift bags, had 4 eggs, had special gifts, 1 for each age group, $5 gift cards to McDonald's. And we had the hot dogs. There's 52 children attended this event, and that doesn't count the ones that didn't sign up. And the senior ladies had a bake sale and they sold out, and they have donated $170. And we have a donation here of $42 that we took in from our funds.
Did you get all that?
Here's the receipts and stuff too, Dan.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Very good, thank you. I think it was very good turnout. Very
Yes.
positive thing.
We had a good time.
Definitely, we appreciate all the help you guys doing it.
Yeah.
Most definitely
We
look
had a
forward.
lot of help. We had a lot of people help.
We'll look forward to next year.
Mm-hmm.
We had one other guest speaker, Mr. Barrett.
Yeah. Down in Linville, off of 40, about a year and a half ago, I've got new neighbors that moved in, wick lines. And before they moved in, the barns and everything were well kept. As they moved in January of '03, they took them about 2 months to haul everything to the barns and around the barns, and it was a continuous piles of just debris, old cars, 55-gallon drums. Barb was nice enough to run a copy of that. This is a before.
They just moved in last year.
Here's your property.
Yeah, this is my property.
Okay.
And this is after.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then this is looking out my front door, right into everything. This is the road that they created, which that wasn't a problem, it accessed their barn. But this is everything here, the barns are both full, which all that's hidden.
Sure.
But everything else that they brought in, health department's been out and had a look at it, Barb's come out and had a look at it, and it is just, it's virtually a junkyard is what they brought in.
What's the health department have to say about it?
I didn't talk to the health department.
Sure.
Barb said that they'd come out and had a look. I don't know what they said to wick lines. I think you sent a certified letter. Was it you sent? Cease and desist on and bringing anything back in. And they haven't done that. They continue to bring stuff every now and again. It's not like it was, but
Sure. When was that letter sent?
It was sent last year, in the summer.
And you never heard any response from them?
They stopped for a little while.
yeah.
Sure.
After the health department went out, then they started back up again.
I guess the worst part about it was we got online and they come from Franklin County and they were in violation over there for the same thing. And they were told to remove the debris and virtually they did. and wound up and landed in Bowling Green and right in my front yard. There's not much good luck on my part, but I was just wondering if anything that can be done about that before they go hauling anything else into that area. Because my fear is they're gonna haul stuff into that front field,
Sure,
and they've already got some things in here
In here.
now, which is,
sure. Is there anything that you've seen in there that's a, you know, violation of our zoning?
It looks like a complete junkyard, but it looks like to me they've got construction equipment, they've got all kinds of construction stuff there.
they've got a huge lift in there, they've got a couple tractor trailers that are parked beside the barn, which you can see there. He said one time that they were in construction, but I don't ever see anything leave out of the premise. I mean, they bring it in and it stays, it does not leave, so my thoughts are they're just compiling just whatever they can get a hold of. So, like I said,
So-
I don't know if it's a health hazard, what they've got back there, like I said, they have 55-gallon drums, they've got propane tanks, things like that. The health department, like I said, looked at it, so I don't know if they were in compliance with anything, or they agreed with anything with the health department on that. But what they've been bringing in is less, but they're still bringing stuff in.
I don't know if that would be up to the health department, I don't know, you know what I mean?
My concerns were what was in the tanks,
Okay.
because I got grandkids and there are kids that live across the field.
Yeah.
that You just don't know what's in those things.
Mhm.
And I don't know what was in the barns, and I guess I don't care because I don't see it, but, you know, there could be things in there that are flammable or explosive. But I don't know that.
You know, I guess we'd have to leave it up to the zoning inspector to investigate and see what's in there
Can you go out and look at it?
and move forward. Yeah.
Tell me what you think, if it's a construction business?
Sure.
What's the address of this location?
10700, she's got it written down there on the Hills Road.
Those were- But if you go, I guess a better would be to come back your driveway, which is
You can come down mine,
Bear
yeah.
Lane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can come right down there and you can walk back to the barns.
I don't think you're not gonna see as much from Honda Hills.
You are not.
You can say,
Yeah.
You're going, yeah, you'll wanna come down, just come down my
This is
lane.
your home here?
Yes, sir.
Sure, we'll look at it and see.
Okay,
And,
then give me a call on it.
see
So
if
just
we-
let me know
Sure.
what's going on, if there's something I need to do, or,
Do you know about when the health department was out there? I mean, like a month.
Now I can call them, they never sent me the report I asked, so I can call them
Sure, so I was
directly.
gonna say if we could
I
have.
would think it was around late summer last year.
Yeah,
Right here.
before it was before the weather started.
Yeah.
Sure. So if they actually had access, they were on the property. You know,
They did,
they're
I mean,
seeing
it
more
was,
than what we're.
well,
seeing,
and I think they actually talked to the wick lines,
Sure,
so, I don't know.
On page.
sure,
So
definitely,
if you could have a look at it, see what you
Absolutely.
think,
sure.
and we can go from there. I'd really appreciate it, because
Absolutely.
I'd really like to get it out there if at all possible.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you.
You are.
Are those pictures dated, which,
What were the dates? The ones that had the debris and stuff on were 2015. And then the other one that didn't have it was when? 2013.
From on track.
We'll definitely look at it and see what we can do.
I appreciate it.
This is what they put in right here.
Yeah. You did all this one before? Dick Paul. He's the one that did before.
Correspondence.
I put this under zoning, but the post text amendment that the zoning commission passed, or copy for both of them. I also emailed them to Jeff and Ben. I have a resolution from the county that says that they are, creating a transportation improvement, district, appointing, Transportation Improvement District Board of Trustees. Sounds like they're just developing transportation board. If you guys wanna read the whole resolution, I think that everybody needed to hear it, wanted to hear it.
Are they requesting anything from the
No,
township?
it's just information purposes.
It's a copy of the county resolution.
Yeah. These came to our mailbox. And then did you guys receive the notice of public hearing from the planning commission about the, procedures, text amendment, procedures of minor land division and subdivision approval? It's a county level thing. Did you guys get this?
What's the date on that? Is that for hearings coming up?
It's April 2nd is the date. There's 2 hearings.
Yeah, they got.
Monday, May 18th at 6 p.m. in meeting room A. That's the planning commission's public hearing. And the board of commissioners' public hearing is June 4th at 11:30. In the commissioner's office, I also have, there's some
Yeah, I got that.
more information here that
I didn't
seems
get
like
that.
y'all are on, you didn't get it? It's like a 34-page text amendment, looks like, for the county. That was all I had.
Yeah, correspondence.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you have correspondence?
Nothing significant, no.
Reports, safety. Anything?
Andy's working on the truck, everything else seems to be working.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Fire company, zoning.
Yeah.
No permits were granted this month. I'm working with the prosecuting attorney on the Wes's and steps. She sent me information that I need to get back to her. She sent it Friday. So I'm working with her on that. Had a complaint on Handy Hills about a boat. That boat,
High and dry.
was dropped off on Honda Hill Road, right across from Coffee, Timothy's property. And it's like in between Salt and Light Investments and Coffee's property, which I have a little drawing right here for you if you want it. The boat was dumped on the road right away.
Maybe we can rent it out.
I know, right?
And it's not even, you can't use it, it's not,
It won't float.
backside boat. He tried. And they were kind enough to leave us their license.
Oh, there you go.
So, what can be done is the sheriff needs to be called and they can investigate it and remove it. You guys can do it or I can do it, it doesn't matter.
I'll make a motion to let Barb go ahead and handle that. Let us know what the sheriff's department says.
Well, I will
If
get
they'll
it.
remove it, or they can contact the owner, definitely let them do that.
Okay,
Worst case scenario, we have to remove it, let us know.
I will let you know, okay? And if the police do a report, I will make sure I get a copy of that report. Also, as I was doing drive-arounds yesterday, I found a couple junk cars, so we will be having a junk car meeting next month. We will be having a junk car.
May?
Yes. During my ride around 15789 South Brownsville Street, are doing an add-on and I did not get a permit from them. I have contacted the building code department, health department, I also asked them to stop building. No permit is still being granted. Bob Sawyer called me today asking for a permit for a friend that lives in Brownsville. Asked him if he had the address, he said no. Does he have the name of the person? He said no. The only thing they want to do is do an add-on a bedroom. The name Bob was brought up when I had a conversation with the residents. So I'm just waiting for them to contact me to get the permit, which they will not be able to get. I gotta go a little bit deeper. I talked to somebody that lived at that residence last year. I let them know that the house sits on the road right away. Hope I brought those with me.
I have my maps if you don't have yours.
Oh no, I got one. Okay, the house sits on the road right away. Right here. So that it is on the road right away. The extension is back in here, which is in violation of, as well as of, no, my stuff falls out. Somebody better.
You got some right there, Barb. Hey, Barb, you got some right there in front of
There's my other book. Which is, that is the S1 district. S1 district, front yard 20 feet, side 5 feet, rear 20 feet. So there's no way they're getting 5 feet from this road driveway over. Also, septic system has not been shown what kind of system they have, anything, so this is a violation. No permit has been granted.
you. Is that an open alley back there? I mean,
South Street, is it over there?
okay, up by the cemetery. But there's an alley.
That's South Street.
Behind,
That wouldn't play into effect, they're not close enough to that to do it.
Oh,
My
okay.
house
South
sits-
Street.
My house sits way more than 5 feet away from South Street, significantly more than 5 feet.
But not the,
Not your road
not the
right
actual
away.
right of
That's the
way.
whole
Right.
thing.
Right.
the right of way.
Okay, so how far onto her property? Because they built, actually, when they started this,
Sure.
they started 10 feet, which is what they were told they needed to do by her last year from the edge of the house. So they didn't go from the edge of the house out, they actually came in 10 feet into Tessa's property.
Sure.
And
I'd have to check on South Street. First Street is 66 feet, I can tell you that. So if you go middle of the road, you're 33 feet each way. South Street, it's a street, so I would assume it's the same. It's gonna be
Okay.
66. So you're gonna go 33 feet from the center of the road
Okay.
towards the house.
That's
And
where
then
it
you
was
have to go
before.
another 5 feet for the right of way.
All the streets.
That's a larger area. That's a larger area.
Then 66 feet?
16.
Oh,
This is from Licking County. You need to talk to them. They're the
Sure.
ones that set it all up.
The streets, I believe, are 66 and the alleys are 16 and a half.
Here, look at this and you tell me if that looks like 66.
well, we can measure, that's not a hard thing to do.
Right.
Is to take a tape and measure. But that's why he came in 10 feet from the edge of her house. You know, instead of, it looks funky, but to do what we were told last year, we needed to be 10 feet off the edge of the house, so that's what they did. Rather than, you know, normally if you want to build, you'd build out from the edge of your house.
Sure.
But they bumped it in 10 feet.
Did you get a permit?
No. And that's
See,
what they decided, what she did to do today was, or yesterday, she went to the engineer's office to see, to get all of her lots put into one.
That's
And-
fine, but
and
I
the
still need a
process.
permit and you need to make sure the
Well,
septic is legal.
Well, that's why I
All of
shut my
that.
contractor down. I did exactly what she told me yesterday, I shut him down.
So some of these
So
are
your
more,
contractor should
With my
know.
loan.
Should have
Yeah,
known.
yeah.
All this has to be legal.
What's the steep you're talking about?
We'll make that
33
part
feet
right.
and 16 and a half feet. Are they different from the front street and the side street?
any of the streets, First Street, Second Street, are gonna be 66 feet. They're listed on here, as 66 feet. So here's what it, here's First Street, here's your property, your house.
In the center of the road.
66 feet. See right there.
Division of
So if you take it
code,
66 feet.
which is part of the
center
health
line of the
department.
road.
It's gonna be out to your house tomorrow to go over.
Got it.
Exactly.
Because they're gonna show you
South
where
Street's gonna be
you're
the same thing.
completely.
You'll find it on the road.
I know that the
If
whole
it's 66
ride,
feet, we'd have to find that.
you gotta see it all.
Then you're gonna go 33 feet either way. But then, so say if
No, I
33
know.
feet came to
And that's-
right here, then you still have to go 5 feet on top of that. So that's then put you at 38 feet from the center of the road. If this is 66, which we'll find out.
Okay.
Got that?
Yep. Yep.
Any of the alleys, like this one that goes down by Josh's house, is 16.5 feet.
Okay. Now, is this still an existing alley?
I believe that one's vacated, yeah, vacated through there.
So is that,
I don't
what,
know.
is that like no man's land?
No, you in this piece, mine in this piece, it'll be on the deed. This, when they vacated it, you got half of it, I got half of it.
Because I think Sonny did that.
Right, it would be on the deed, it'll say lot number, whatever, 55,
I haven't been able to
plus
find it.
partial, piece of this alley here, which would be, it'll say 10 feet by whatever. We're shooting some numbers. It'll say on the actual deed.
I'll get with you on that.
So you're saying 38 feet, so we need to go from the edge
If
of the house?
South Street is a 66-foot right of way, we'll find it out. That's
Okay.
their problem to find that out.
Okay,
But it'd be from the center line of the road, 33 feet. You can do north-south there,
okay,
and then an additional 5 feet for the right, so then
So
you go
38
38 feet. Right.
okay, okay. And they're not, I don't know what the health department will say or do to add a family room on, I don't know what, we're not adding different people, we're not adding bathrooms, we're not
Sure.
adding whatever, so
They
they.
go by the bedrooms.
Right, but what the health department does is, for a septic system, and it's goofy, they don't go by the bathrooms, they go by the bedroom.
Mhm. And it's 3-bedroom, and that's not changing.
Right.
I don't know who said bedroom, but it's a family room.
Okay,
And.
When I came
and
here
they've got-
yesterday, they said,
okay.
The original plan was
If-
to add on a bedroom, once we figured out what a hot mess it was gonna be, to do that with the septic and all of that crap, cause I'm the one that owns the home.
but here's the thing too, if your septic is not to standards, you cannot add on to your house till you make it to standards.
Not even a family room?
No, you cannot add on unless you bring that up to standards. Health department's gonna tell you that.
Okay.
It has to be within standards, because we don't allow the building to go on unless you bring it up to code. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know anything about the septic system, I'm not gonna lie to you, I know nothing about it.
Is there a septic system in Brownsville that's up to code? I'm just
That's
saying.
why,
I'm
that's
just
why
saying.
if you add on, you
That's
have to
ridiculous.
bring that up to
That's
code.
ridiculous.
You don't see a lot of building going on in
Well,
Brownsville.
that's a shame,
Right.
because for someone who's trying to improve their home and the property value and the whatever in Brownsville, that's a shame.
We're in Licking County also, don't forget
Right.
that.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
That is, we're.
But discuss that with the health department.
Around.
They should have some kind of drawing at the health department of where the septic system is on that property. They'll have some sketch on there.
Yeah.
Okay,
It lays approximately right, something like
okay.
that.
They
So-
should.
so yeah, they should.
Not to
Should,
blow
should.
your mind. If they do not, they're gonna tell you gotta hire somebody to come and find it.
Sure.
Well, that won't be hard to do.
One thing that they could do is they could file for a variance, is this correct? I mean, if,
Yeah, but they need to,
right,
yeah,
right, no, but down the road.
they've already started the bill. That's the problem.
So can they file for, if the septic system is okay, could they file for a variance even though they've started the bill?
That's kinda iffy.
I don't know.
They've already started it.
Can we
They've already
legally
done it.
file for a variance? Not
I
because
can't-
anybody's upset.
I
Can
can't
we
tell you
legally
that,
file?
because they've already, if they wouldn't have started it, they could have filed, I would say, but they've already started it.
Who makes the decision whether or not we can file for a variance? Who decides
You
that?
can-
Pretty much anybody, I mean, you can file for a variance whether you're gonna get it or not.
Who determines whether we get it?
There's a board that decides that.
Okay. In Lincoln County?
Us here, it's
Us.
not us. There's another
Okay.
board that sits there, that'll sit in here.
Okay.
And you kind of plead your case to them, you bring the facts in and all that, maps, diagrams.
It's like a zoning committee. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And we're not out
No,
to make you stop, just, I mean, we'll work with you to figure out the information you need to find.
Okay.
Well, and I certainly wasn't trying to step on anybody's toes, I didn't realize what an extensive process this was.
Sure, understand.
When Barb came out yesterday and said shut it down, that's by God what we did.
Sure.
And I was in today trying to get my parcels consolidated so that I can meet all the required lines and we're gonna make it right.
Sure, if it doesn't say, I'll look tonight online, if it doesn't say online what the right of way is, I'll call tomorrow and I'll find out and I'll let you know.
well, they should know when they come out tomorrow. The
Okay. The help,
code department's coming out tomorrow to visit them.
sure.
Heads up, I'm out for this.
Oh, you were gonna get a call tonight.
Sure.
I was gonna call you right now.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so, yeah.
we'll work with you to figure out what steps are we need to do. Figure out what we can do.
So how were we even gonna get a heads up that they were coming out if you don't have our phone numbers?
What do you say?
How are we gonna get a heads up on that if you don't have our phone numbers?
Because don't you have a phone book?
Nope.
No. We don't have a home phone, we have cell phones.
Then you wouldn't have got a call. I would have made every attempt to do that, but you wouldn't have got a call.
Okay.
Go on.
No, if I get the address, I would be over there. It's that easy.
South Street.
Alright, so to reiterate, first step,
1578.
septic system.
Yes.
Thank you.
And right away, those are the first two things we need to do.
Gotcha.
So,
We can go measure, I can't imagine that it's not 38 feet when
From
you,
the center of the road, right?
yeah.
Center of the road may not be the center of the road.
Right. Right.
How the heck do you know that then? I mean, I understand because I deal with crazy somebody over our property because it's not vacated. And I understand that you don't, it's Brownsville,
Sure.
I get it. I,
I mean, if you measure and it's 50 feet, you're probably okay. You know, I mean, because it's not gonna move that much, you know, but don't take any.
so how will you know? I mean, in all honesty, how will you know if you don't know?
Do you
I mean,
guys, do you know where any of the pins are on your property?
I think they're coming back on the corner of yours.
If we could find two of those pins, you're gonna straight line right through there.
Started down there as far as the research goes, but they would still have to know where the property corners are, where the pins are located.
Yeah.
And whether you'd have to pull that down from two neighbors down.
Right.
Because all the lots are virtually the same, the streets are straight, and the right of way is straight anyway.
Right.
The streets will fall within that right of way,
Right.
and I think that's what he was saying.
Right.
The right of way runs straight, the streets could
Sure.
vary.
You got houses sitting on the street.
Yeah, right, well, and that's pretty common,
Yeah.
it's common throughout this county, or any county as far as I can.
Completely north now.
Mhm. Even
Or-
if
You own the ground north of her, don't you, or east of her?
East,
What's that?
Your dad owns the ground east of her.
yeah,
doesn't
east,
Oh,
yeah.
Those are yours, aren't they?
I know, just east of them, yeah.
he? You do?
I don't think, I honestly, I can't tell you anything up there that's been surveyed in the past 10 years.
You know where the pins is?
Oh, no, maybe park it there. See right here?
Fine.
Right.
Or we
But
can't
this
figure
is,
out.
this is a close rendition, it's not exact, and will be, what they need to do is see if they can find things here, if they can find anything here or here to.
She has 3 lots.
Okay, that's fine, but it doesn't mean that there's a corner on every one, or a head on every one. That's why I said, a lot of times you know, you happen to find a neighbor who push these distances around, you find pins and stuff,
Barbara,
and then you push
wants
your
it back,
66.
she's the one that gave it to us.
Okay.
And do the same thing in parallel, and then bring it up the distance you need.
But there's a pin there.
Could very well be, could very well be.
Yeah.
They can also get online and pull the website and look, pull up the legend, go down, hit survey, click on that.
And that's not the only place in town, there's tons of places like that.
This
No,
out
don't
here,
look across, I mean, that whole front part is a survey.
this
Well,
here
when we bought our
out
house,
here, you can
the surveys were wrong.
Yeah.
And the one that lives just above Jack, that her parents died, I think, she has that white house. There was a corner of her property that was deeded to us, and a corner of our property that was deeded to her, so we had to totally
Sure.
redo, and it was a pain.
Sure, sure,
So I get it.
definitely.
Then both of those alleys there have been vacated.
You
Both
said
of them.
that.
In the tool.
He said he's-
Yeah. Yeah, here's Max, here's Noise's house.
Yeah.
So these ones have, yes, because those are deeded to this lot, half here, half here.
Oh, okay.
Split.
That's the one coming across, you talking about the one coming across
Give you a list of
40?
options.
Yeah.
And down through those options, it's towards the bottom.
When they cut the new road, they cut that out and clear out.
Yeah.
And that lights up everything.
All right. Do you have anything else,
So
though,
then you
Lauren?
can look, and I know there's stuff.
No, that was it. Do you
Have our legends and surveys.
do you have an email? Can you give me an email? And I'm gonna look something up and send it to you also, might help.
Give me the right, Barb,
It's not that I sent.
one more time, the right of ways for the front, the side, and the rear, and the S1.
Oh,
How many feet?
front 20, side 5, rear 20. She's got the rear, she has 3 lots.
Right, no, I understand, sure. Very good. So you're gonna take care of the boat too, right?
Yes,
Figure out on that.
take care of that. I can't take care of it until later tomorrow, or Thursday.
Where you wanted us to go, we bring it over to you.
Oh, you're not bringing that to me.
Under zoning board commission, we need some more members for the zoning board.
They have to resign from the board,
Who's that?
so, resign.
Did you send a letter or?
She sent me an email.
So that has one vacancy then, but we still short more than one.
So what we need is, so we have 4 regular members, so we need a regular member and 2 alternates.
On April 29th of 14, Ron Duvall was put on as an alternate. What happened with that? Because he wasn't on your printout list.
What year?
April 29th of 14, he was put on as an alternate. I went back and checked. It wasn't on your recent printout. He also,
Did we make a motion to do that? Because I think he said at the same time that he didn't want to.
okay, so that's why he's not on there.
Yeah. I can double check with
Who are you
him.
saying is on there right now, Matt? Friend?
Robert Saylor, Dee Cryer, Tom Robb, Shannon Duvall. I will check with Ron, but it seems to me that he said at that same meeting that he didn't want to be on it.
Her husband wants to be on the zoning board or something. What's he gonna be on?
He would sit on the zoning committee.
We have the zoning board, and zoning appeals.
I don't know that
But-
we need anybody for zoning appeals.
So he wants to.
They'll sell them more.
He just said the other day he would like to be more involved.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'm volunteering, but that's what he said.
And then also Dee Cryer's
Yeah.
son, Jim, is interested.
Is that correct? Your son's interested?
Yes, he said he would.
Okay. So we have 2 people interested, 1 open seat and 2 alternate seats, correct?
Right.
Well, let's appoint one of them to an open seat, one of them to an alternate.
Whatever you want to do.
It doesn't matter to me.
Could you forward me a copy of her email?
Sure.
What's your son's name?
James Jr., James R. Cryer Jr.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Mr. James Cryer to the zoning board
As a regular member or?
as a regular member,
This is to replace the other Peltz's seat.
correct? And also to,
And this would expire. See, on
Yeah.
this one I have, it already expired.
So we'll just make it for 4 years? Or is it 5? It's 5 years.
It should be 5 in addition to what that expiration was.
So it'll expire in 2020.
If these are accurate dates, it'll be 5 years. The one that expires in 15 should be the one that goes to 20. You have 2 of them that are shown expiring on 16, so I don't know what that's about. But one of those would be,
I don't know, maybe we had somebody that quit or something. I don't know.
but that would need adjusted on the proper year, which is probably next year.
So we have a motion for Jim Cryer to be a regular member. Is
I'll
there
second it.
and also appoint
Oh.
Mr. Jeff Howell as an alternate.
Jeff
Howell, Howell,
as an alternate?
correct?
Still gives us 1 alternate open, correct? Since Ron's supposed to be marked
Oh,
off.
let me check with Ron and maybe he can fill the other alternate. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Just for the record, can you read that back with the dates that you're assigning those?
I hadn't thought that far ahead, except for Jim. Jim's expiration date's gonna be February 28th, 2020. I don't think we put expiration dates on alternates. But we can.
I would worry about an explanation date on all of them.
So we have a motion for Jim to be a regular member and Jeff Howe to be an alternate member.
You could put the date on there that they were assigned.
Dan seconded the motion. I'm going to do roll call. Ben,
Yeah,
Dan,
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. One thing we had on our zoning board was they had met, right?
yes.
They discussed some changes to zoning.
Zoning Commission met on April 15th, a public hearing. Actually, we met prior to that and proposed a text amendment to the zoning resolution. I have the full text amendment here, but it kind of changes the process of applying for a variance and how they grant a variance to a resident. This was approved conditionally by the Lincoln County Planning Commission. We changed it to what their recommendation was, and on April 15th, we voted, and the board approved the text amendment, and now it goes to the Board of Trustees. Will have to have a public hearing for discussion and vote. And we need to run an ad 15 days prior to the public hearing. So it's going to have to be
Let's
at
do it.
least 3 weeks out, 4
Let's do
weeks
it on
out.
May 12th, and night of the jump car meeting.
That's not far enough. I don't think.
Get that 15 days.
15 days.
That's all
Let me look.
I know. 15 days.
It has to be, yeah, it has to be in there in 15 days.
Is Bob Saylor not at the meeting?
He was not at the meeting.
Just the three that signed it were here?
Yes.
Let's do it Friday the 15th. Do that. 8:30 in the morning. In the morning.
Fine.
I'm not sure. I don't suppose the zoning commission members have to be there.
I think we're just gonna hold a public hearing to see if, for any discussion, if people would like to discuss it.
What day did you say?
15th, May 15th, at 8:30.
8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
15th at 8:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Did the zoning commission members hear that in case they would like to attend? The public hearing for the variance text amendment will be 8:30 a.m. on May 15th. Yeah. Now, you guys don't, this will be the board of trustees, but if you want to attend, that's
8:30,
when it is.
you're gonna have coffee.
Barb, you're gonna have coffee.
If anything, we'll have coffee and donuts at 8:30 in the morning.
Dee, I did have one question on this. This shows additions. Was there anything that was going to come out of the existing? Because it doesn't reference it here.
There is nothing that's coming.
What is it?
I just want to make sure I see what you want to add, but was there anything that was going to come off that's currently there? It's all additions to it.
It's all additions. Wasn't it? All additions.
I think it was all in use.
Okay.
Get that typed out in the paper.
Yes. That's why we have to do it. We have to advertise it 15 days prior, so that will be in the paper. As soon as I can get it in there. I do have one more thing that I probably should have done under communications. This is our quote from our property insurance It did go down about $500.
It's good.
It's not due till June 15th. If you have any questions for John, I can give you his number, it doesn't look like it's on there.
What's the reason? Never go down, so what's the reason going down?
I think it was that, that advantage allocation, that was a credit for us renewing for being previous customers. And what they did add was that cyber protection, which is mostly, but it has a very high deductible, so it's not really, but I suppose if somebody like sues us or something,
Sure.
something cyber related, I suppose it would.
Did you double check on the 30 days on that? Because under 50902, what it says for our hearing is that not to be more than 30 days from the date, and we're pretty close. So just want to make sure you check.
I think we're right at 30 days, because we did it on April 15th. So we're doing a public hearing on May 15th, so we're right at 30 days.
30 days. That'd be good.
That's all we're gonna move forward on that business. Okay. Very good. Zoning appeals, zoning appeals, unfinished business. We have on your CMI. It's been several months since we've taken them to board and they've stopped. I haven't had any complaints and they're still picking up or anything like that. The prosecutor, assistant prosecutor, had told me that to just kind of wait a few months to see what was gonna happen, if they were gonna make another payment, to compensate the board for what they were taking to court for. And then if we had not heard anything within several months, that we could move forward with, I guess, trying to receive some of that money, if we so wish to do so. I had one call from a resident, they're not picking up, but they were advertising in the area. They were offering services in the area, so.
Sorry to interrupt this. We have to go back to zoning when you have a minute. There was one more thing that's on your agenda also.
So do we want to let it sit longer? Do we want to take it back to the prosecutor's office and let them move forward with?
I'd say let the
When was the last time you talked to Amy about this?
That was when we went to court, whenever that was.
Last fall, wasn't it?
I don't know the exact date, but I thought
She
my
said to wait a few months at that point, and be well beyond that time.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, if we want to move forward with letting their office, try to receive some of that money.
prosecutors take care of it.
We'll make a motion that we go and let the prosecutor's office move forward with contacting CMI to try to arrange some kind of payment for the monies that they owe the township.
I'll second it.
You sure that's the motion that she would require?
She told us to let it idle for a couple months. If we hadn't heard anything, that we would turn it back over to her. If we so wish to do so, we could just drop it if we want to.
Do a roll call.
Where is it? Am I reading it?
Ben made a motion to move forward with CMI to try to collect the money they owe us.
Let the prosecutor's office move forward.
Let the prosecutor's office. Dan seconded the motion.
You want her to pursue doing this or look into doing it?
Pursue it.
Roll call, Ben,
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah,
Jeff,
I'm gonna abstain because I'd like to hear what the prosecutor says on it, because it doesn't really jive with the last thing I heard from her.
We'll share your information. What'd you hear?
I believe she wanted a different kind of motion than that, but, you may have talked to her since.
Well, how did she
I
explain it
need
to
more,
you?
I need more information before I would vote to pursue it. So that's why I'm staying.
Move on. We'll back up real quick to zoning.
You have on there about the Wes's. What are we gonna do? What did you guys decide? I am working with her right now on going the long route.
Sure.
You know, what we presented to you would be a quicker route because it's a violation of an order that they've already had.
Sure.
So what we're doing now is just resetting the whole thing over again, which eventually will come out in court, but it's just gonna take longer. And you guys talked to the prosecutor, right?
Yeah, I talked to the prosecutor, because I talked to her and I told her some of the stuff that they was in violation before, I didn't think that they was doing it, being in violation now, you know what I mean?
Well, if you went along the Whiting's property and looked, they're still in violation.
Okay.
They still have the metal everywhere, they're just hiding it better.
Sure.
I think what he's saying is
And they're,
maybe they're in violation, but not of everything that they were in violation of before.
on that order, no. But you're not, when you're going back after that, you're not going back after every single thing that they were put on. Okay, they were told they're not allowed to collect the scrap, they're not allowed to sell the cars. He said that white car sitting out there and says it's for sale, it don't run,
See, I don't agree with that. Just because it don't run,
it's a piece of junk. You want me to get him for junk car on that too? Cause this is a waste, if we just keep getting him on these little nitpicks.
he had called me about a week after the last meeting and had told me that he had moved several things.
He did?
This is what he told me. So about another week went by and I drove by there. He did move a couple things. Is
What did he
everything
move?
moved? There was a van sitting there, a maroon van.
But that van was never on the list for him to move.
Okay, but it's gone, so it was moved. Okay. So that's one thing that I noticed was moved.
But it was never on the list that we gave him 2 years ago. Everything that was on the list that we gave him is still sitting out there.
So what the problem?
And I have 32 photos, I believe it is, of all of them, still sitting out there.
Are these, I mean,
These
recent.
were taken yesterday.
You've already moved forward with the prosecutor, right? To
I'm
go-
talking to her too, yeah, because we still got Gary Sepp, what you guys already said to move forward on.
Absolutely.
But she was just trying to make it easier.
Sure. Yeah,
So-
just go ahead and move forward with it.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and let the prosecutor move forward with,
With the violation of the court order,
You already had a motion for the prior.
we already have the prior motion.
right.
She already has the authority to move forward on
Right,
that.
okay, that's what I'd rather do, is,
So don't worry about this, she's gonna bring it up in court
that's
anyway.
fine, that's fine.
Okay,
Do you
All right.
want
No,
the
no,
motion?
retract that, yeah. Very good. Was that it?
that was it. Thank you, sorry about that.
That's all right.
do we need to vote on that or?
No.
Now,
You guys already were done a while back, you don't need to make a new one.
right,
Unfinished business tire grant. Have you heard anything? I haven't, nothing on. Have you heard anything, Jeff?
No, they haven't
Have you-
determined that yet.
Okay. Applying for grants.
That was brought up at the last meeting and you guys said tabled it
Right.
for this meeting, so.
Keep that one. I haven't come up with any kind of verbiage to where we would allow any of us to move on that.
You want to see mine and the tire grant left on there for next meeting?
I don't think we need to see in line on there for next.
15 or no?
One thing under unfinished business I had was reminder of the township yard sale that we want to participate in, drop-off days for any items that can be donated to the township to sell at the community yard sale on drop-off days are Saturday, May 23rd from 9 to 11 a.m. and Tuesday before our meeting, which will be May 26th from 6 to 7 p.m. There'll be some drop-off times, or they can contact me and make them something. Before that, I think we've had a few items donated already. Very good. I talked to Jenny, said she has not heard anything from ODNR yet. So you hear something from them, we'll be moving forward with that. That's all I had on road business. Yeah, really. Jeff, do you have anything?
Yeah, Jen, can you give me an update on when I'm gonna get those records on the Lewis grant?
I have asked her for them. If she gives them to me, I will give them to you.
And what about an update on the meeting minutes that we never got from the meeting that they held, that the recording came up missing? What are we supposed to do about
I don't
meeting
know.
minutes?
Ask Patty what she's gonna do about it.
I'll move on to new business.
And
Jeff, anything?
Ben, can he, her husband be on any of the committees and still go up to where he wants to be? If they need something for another committee?
Say this again?
Well,
You are gonna so get me in trouble.
on the heritage committee or something else, he could be on it. Or they, wherever they need him till one comes up and where he get on the other one.
He's on the zoning commission. We don't need any for the appeals board.
It's full. One's full.
Well, somebody ought to be going off for one on one. The heritage committee,
Why?
who's going off?
Somebody's trying to fly.
5 years.
You trying to get him in your place?
You're an alternate.
June of 15.
Lee Rathburn's term is up on June the
We still have 2
5th
months.
this year.
Month and a half.
Jack, you're on it forever, you're an alternate.
Huh?
Now, his term expires next February. You have until next February, Jack.
I might be dead with
No, you won't.
Then your place will be filled.
it. I would have been down there.
Do you have any new business, Jeff?
Tony.
Nothing else?
Oh, there.
Do we have any public comment?
Okay, you guys might really get mad at me, but this is public comment, okay? You know our roads are like crap. Has anybody thought, or maybe you guys should think, talk to the community about a levy for roads only?
I'm getting that up there before it starts. Paying enough paying tax.
We pay hardly anything.
You'll get it all the schools.
We pay hardly anything for our town and our township. And our roads are bad.
Where's all that?
Hey, wait a minute, I'm
What the hell's
coming,
all
I'm
that
talking.
tax?
Hold on.
Ask him where the money's going.
Disruptive comments.
Ask him, where's the money going?
The
They're
schools,
putting
you
it-
don't have to ask for me.
That's not the point, I'm talking about our roads.
Sure.
I'm talking about our roads. Don't care about the schools. I pay taxes to schools, my kids don't go to public school. Don't wanna hear it.
You-
I'm
you're
talking
asking-
about the roads.
You're asking if we've thought about putting a levy on for?
Yes, just for the roads.
roads.
I mean, if the people care about their township, a couple dollars extra on our paychecks isn't gonna, or our property tax isn't gonna make a difference. If our roads are good, then we're not paying for our cars being torn up,
Sure.
you know? I just paid $1,000 to have my car fixed because of the roads out.
Right down.
No,
Get it
that's
checked
a
out.
damn fast one.
I don't drive fast, Jack.
Alright, listen, here's what we can do, we can look into it, and find out what it would be per millage.
But I mean, seriously, even, how much money do we get from our tax dollars to work on these roads?
Not very, right, per 100,000, not very much.
Right.
You know, right, no, I agree with you, you know, and we could look into it and get some statistics for, and I believe it's based on per $100,000 value of your house or property. You know, what it would cost the average person, it depends how much you wanna try to go for, 1 mil, 2 mil, whatever. To see what it would cost.
You
the
guys
average
need to figure out how much it's gonna cost to fix these roads. I mean, even if you took so much a year, but we're not talking chip and seal, we mean fix the road.
Sure.
Cause this chip and seal is a joke.
What, you want blacktop road?
If I'm paying tax dollars, I'd like to see Blacktop Road, wouldn't you? I live on one of the crappy roads. But you know what? Nothing close to Mount Hope. That is the worst road I've ever seen.
Amen.
I almost sunk in it.
I agree. You know, and not to make excuses, we've had a rough 2 years.
Yeah.
with the wet weather.
Absolutely.
And it's done until it's not just our township, it's everybody I talk to, you know? So, I mean, do I have a solution? Not really.
But when we chip and seal, we're paying only for so much of the chip and seal, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, you only pay for so much thickness?
Yeah, you pay for, you tell them, specify what you wanna put down, inch and a quarter, 2 inch, I mean, that's anything, you know?
So the more money we have, the more thickness we can get.
Sure, that's not always.
That goes in asphalt.
That's what we want, that's what I want.
Sure. But that's not always the best solution.
Well, I haven't seen 40 boil up and all the gravel fly everywhere.
Sure, but
You
that's
ever been on 161?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I get on 160.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got chuck holes on that side like you wouldn't believe. I know, throwing it clear off the road, dude.
Can we look into it? Yes, we can look into it.
Yeah,
And
you
see,
know, it's something to
you
look
know,
into.
if
Right,
we could
yeah,
get a consensus of more than just 1 or 2 people that said, hey, we'd like to do this, maybe it's something we can look at.
In that a census, so you can do on a ballot or not?
I think there's a vote, it's gonna go vote, you know, I mean.
Well, then, maybe you should put it in the paper and see what people,
And we can hold some public hearings and see if people want to.
put signs over, get some big signs out. Let them know, talking about a tax levy, hey, you might want to come to the meeting. I bet this place, I'm gonna have to hold it next building.
We'll look into it.
But it's an idea, it's
Sure,
something
absolutely.
I've been wanting to bring up for a couple months now.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you for a fact it's not gonna happen overnight, you know.
Oh, right, no. Right. I mean, it didn't happen overnight that I got chip and seal,
Sure.
you know? But I do wanna let you know that chip and seal I used to have in front of my driveway is a hell of a lot better than this crap you guys got going now,
Right. Sure.
you know?
Sure.
So, that was my public comment, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
And I know some of the board members know, we had an incident last year, with a neighbor and there's some confusion on North Street from Jack's property towards ours on what's open and not open. And we had someone actually come on our property, a neighbor actually climb our fence, cut down our trees in our pasture, stacking wood up against our fence. I know that it's a process to get that, you know, all the legal stuff, it has to be done.
Sure.
Can we put a fence up there, or what can we do? Because I need to keep these people, and now the grandkids are coming
So you're talking
on.
about North Street, that would
Yeah.
have, it's
The south
it's
part,
probably
but
still
West part.
on the map, but it's not
Yeah.
open. Is that correct? It was never been vacated.
Yes.
Am I right?
Has it been vacated?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Keith
well,
wouldn't do it. Keith didn't wanna do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a process you can go through to have that vacated, you know, but it's gonna
oh,
be.
we can do that?
Yeah,
I think the
absolutely.
land, the
Property owners.
property owners
Absolutely.
can do it.
Do we have to, do all the property owners on both sides have to agree?
That I don't know.
Because that's not gonna happen.
They
There's
all,
a petition
But-
that they have to pull from the commissioner's office, have that signed by so many, and they'll give you instructions on the
Sure.
process of it. And then you tell them how much of it, of the existing you want to vacate, and then they write up kind of a description of what you want to vacate. And then the petition is passed around, it's signed, and it goes to a viewing hearing, it's the whole process. That's
So if the people up on Hill didn't want it vacated, you could say just between Beach and Third Street or whatever.
You order
Um,
it vacated.
I believe that went through the process on that
I'm
already.
sorry?
That went through the process a handful of years ago and was officially on what's called non-maintained
Our
status.
regulations.
Uh-huh.
So it would have to go from non-maintained status to vacated.
Okay.
And, you know, and I can't speak for another property owner, but if that was vacated, they're gonna gain the property. You know, you split that, just like we were talking about, you're gonna split that right down the middle, you know, and it's either gonna be 8 feet or 33 feet you're gonna gain. So,
And the issue is whether, well, everything is supposed to be issues, but I'm not gonna go there
Sure.
now, but,
Soon you pay.
okay. So I need to call the commission, Mark's saying to call the commissioner's office, and I'll see what to do to start that, because I need to do something, because it's, I mean, if I have to call the sheriff out, because people
Sure.
are going over, and I'm not even talking the unvacated property, I'm talking about on our property.
sure. But, you know, and you asked about putting a fence in there, that's still gonna be township property, still gonna have a right of way. So to actually put a fence, no.
Okay,
Well, they have a fence up. on their property, and they're going over the fence.
No,
No, I'm talking about the part that's not
I
vacated.
know what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's
Right.
crazy. I have one, I'm afraid I'm gonna
Utilize
use
it.
it.
God bless America. Now you're going.
I just thought if they would go.
Commissioner's office, I know, yeah.
Just unlawful, petition for vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get all the neighbors or something.
Well, all that I can.
Yeah.
They'll tell you the process on this.
Okay.
It's pretty basic.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
It was done here in the village a couple years ago, by another individual, so I mean, it's feasible.
Okay. Yeah, I just think that, and maybe it'll make it worse. I don't know, but I just need
Sure.
to do something.
Sure.
Okay.
But I mean, talk to the people out there, you know, and maybe you don't wanna go all the way to the top. You know, maybe you just wanna go from beach to Third or whatever, but you know, see what everybody wants
Well,
to
and
do.
I know that Jeff and Tara wouldn't have a problem. And we own on the other side, so from First down to by your place,
Sure.
you know, there's only one section that's gonna be an issue. Jeff and Tara are gonna have a problem, and we own a major portion of the other
Sure,
on both sides, so
Sure.
that wouldn't be an issue.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, alright,
all right,
keep us updated on that, let us know what's going on.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Awesome. Do I have any other public comment?
Mr. Barrett said seed money. That's what it was.
I make a motion that we pay bills.
I'll second.
Nice to see you. How to do that?
Every once in a while, you catch them right in the elevator.
Did you get in trouble? You get in trouble from me?
You probably dancing to that music they have in it. I know, that's the problem.
Jack and Barbie have
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I would just like to thank the township for plowing my road this winter. You probably don't get told that enough, but I wouldn't get in and out of my road if you didn't, so I appreciate that.
We appreciate it, thank you.
Iris wants to let you know that there's snacks and coffee and water back here, and it's for the township grant fund. So,
Fundraiser.
yeah, if you'd like something, just grab something and throw a little bit in the silver container.
You can pass those along, Ben.
They ain't got no money to give free.
Maybe you can send some this way, Dan.
Did you plow my driveway this winter?
But I tell you what, no, I plow the road for them. Benji takes care of the town.
Okay.
You probably turned around in your driveway.
I always wait, Benji, thank you.
So if it gets tore up,
I always wait, Brady's a try to wait.
This is the one that turns up our road.
I was gonna bring you coffee, but I don't have coffee, so. I couldn't
there's
bring
no
you
couple
coffee.
through
You
there.
ain't got to.
I have coffee.
Oh, they came in on the
Pretty big one.
And then snickerdoodles. Yeah.
You have any voice on those two? Is this one for good, Phil, or questionable one? 6,700. So what's the start on that?
They call and ask for payment, so we're gonna give them payment. If we can try to recoup some of that later, we'll definitely try that.
What's your stance on that, Dan? Because you're the one that wanted to hold the payment.
No, it wasn't, it wasn't.
We're on paying, get it over with. Ridiculous.
He ain't you gonna argue like.
First check is 4604, $35.44. Clark City telephone reimbursement for mileage.
You're still on that.
It's all, big ball, it's up to there, bitter.
You see me redirect him? I didn't have to taxes to install that.
That's his butt.
Or send it to you. That's fine. We need to do another.
4623, $621.38, Daniel Nelson, January.
I know he does.
He's getting old, he's like, he's don't know what.
Trying to bite me and talk to him.
He's not.
4624, Calvin Watkins, $487.
He's like,
Somebody said you were, somebody said, what is it? Said something about you being mean or something, but it came out of the schoolhouse. And I said, it's not mean, folks, a lot.
I tell him like it is, they don't want to hear it.
I guess they should have,
Just like that right over there, we do, I told him, bathroom seat.
4622, Barbara Salee, 2955,
White House?
22 hours.
Harold? Yeah. Actually, we was going up to your house, and I said, oh shit, today's Tuesday, man. I said, we was coming out to go.
4620, Jack Richard Hedges, $386.85.
Well,
We started to, let's roll it out.
oh, right. Wow. We just walked in, I unlocked the door.
You just took the power.
4619, Jenny DeBall, $893.14.
Yeah. Yeah.
4618, Jeff Corpenny, $623.25.
It ain't no
Please
truck
sign
on
this then.
there.
Playing games again.
I got my blade.
4617, Hopewell Township Trustees, these are the 3 checks for the fire. 4616, Senior Mount Lincoln Township, National Trails,
Jimmy,
$17,182.
Blue blades. Just got back to
I'm glad you got the, you know, you got trouble guardrail plan.
We've got that on file.
guardrail,
The copy that they signed of the
did you see I missed it?
agreement.
Every time I look at it, because usually it's in the ditch.
Hey, we done put that up today, you can down there raise.
Amazing, I can't believe people do that, but they do.
I can't use a car over there.
How many times he replaces his mailbox?
4607, Smalls Asphalt Paving for cold mix, $164.65.
Yeah,
It is.
But that should be a federal offense, but then.
it should be, shouldn't it?
Nail out. Federal.
Yeah, because what if there's mail in it?
Yeah, it's federal.
I told her.
4608, and then Sierra, legal notice, $51.86.
Around and all the mail's flying all over the place. What do you do? Thanks for fixing that, he says. Until next week when someone else helps
The
me.
state filed a bunch of them over.
Huh?
The state filed a bunch of them over there through there.
Mine.
You're the one.
Mine was one of them.
4609, Care Works,
Must be that woman truck.
$243.
Not good. It was the man driver.
You sure?
I'm sure.
4610, Hot Public Entity Consortium, $4,632.49.
Yeah, so that's been canceled.
That's when they're gonna adjourn. Yeah, it wouldn't.
Second Tuesday
Yeah.
in May is the 12th. Get the words out.
You know who I am?
4611, $228, Mountain Auto Parts, battery.
Yeah. Well, I was walking, I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know,
a
think that on
Steelers
camera.
fan like crazy,
You do, I don't think that.
like your hat.
So I thank you.
Yeah, well,
I'm not for that.
I have 2 terrible cows and
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff.
I have Jack Lambert jersey.
Thank you guys. I'll see you.
Thanks, Mitchell.
4612, Vitro Ford,
I will let you know when I find out.
$6,732.
Jack, I'm glad you got to see me.
So you're satisfied with this now, Dan?
Don't have
You
to
made a
be.
good one on that committee.
The truck got fixed. What I'm not satisfied with is this, it's the third turbo we put in that thing. It's just multiple times that we've had to fix the same thing.
I didn't know.
I thought the story before is they fixed something that they hadn't authorized them to fix.
I guess that was part of it, but they said that they talked to it.
Also, somebody authorized it and it wasn't in it. I don't know.
4613, auditor of state, $204, UAN fees. 4614, Bureau of Workers' Compensation, $952.85.
Chill out, you probably won't be here.
What's that?
National trails.
Taxes.
That in Texas on those. Hey, but we ain't gonna vote,
Oh, you're fine.
No, I didn't even see it.
You better call Clifton, they'll tell them about that cat.
Well, cat-
4606, Inglefield Oil Company, $951.45 for bulk fuel.
It wouldn't work. I called right after I left the house. We didn't have no phone. And
What are you doing, John?
And the last one,
No. And Mama said no more little.
4605, County Recycling Company for asphalt grinding, $332.04.
I can see all I would do,
Oh, yeah.
And the price $12.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that little girl. John, not all you can get out of it.
you know there's a eye on the porch. Oh, you got it?
Then the last check, I moved to adjourn.
I'll second it.